Welcome to American Black Journal. I'm Stephen Henderson. The contributions of African American men will be front and center at this year's Ford Freedom Award celebration. The event is put on by the Ford Motor Company and it benefits the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History. This year's theme centers on men of courage. Honorees include the late business mogul and philanthropist Reginald Lewis, NBA legend and former Detroit Mayor Dave Bing, and best-selling author Shaka Senghor. Grammy Award-winning artist Usher and NFL Hall of Famer Jerome Bettis will serve as presenters. And entertainers include Angie Stone and Dougie Fresh. It promises to be a star-studded event celebrating the achievements of a diverse group of African-American men. Joining me now is the museum's president and CEO, Juanita Moore, along with Vice President Lanesha Debardelaben. Welcome back to American Black Journal.
Thank you. Thank you.
Boy, that's a really impressive lineup there.
Fabulous.
Reginald
really
Lewis,
exciting.
Dave Bing.
Yes.
So talk about this year's event.
Well, this year's event is really very special because it allows us to honor men of courage. And men of courage is, it's a great theme for the Ford Freedom Award, but it's also a national program that Ford has launched. And so to be able to combine the two for Ford Freedom Awards is really great for us. And we're really excited about it. And to get to honor, people right here in Detroit, including Mayor Dave Bing and Shaka Senghor.
Yeah.
So, and Shaka Senghor, by the way, his award was really, he was nominated by People. It was,
is that right?
It was an online, yes, it was an online piece. So it was
Talk some about Shaka. I've had Shaka on the show, and of course I've seen him on Oprah and the other things he's getting attention for, but maybe not everybody knows who he is. He's got this wonderful, inspiring story.
Oh, absolutely. He's a wonderful young man that's grown, which we all hope to do, to continue to grow. Unfortunately, he had the number of years when he was very young. Yeah. He had committed murder and ended up spending a good long time in prison. Part of his life in prison, but didn't just waste that time. Use that opportunity to grow himself and to really committed to come back to Detroit to help change the lives of people in Detroit. And I heard him say that, most of the time he spent in prison was outside of Detroit in communities where he had not committed the wrong. Right. So he felt it was,
now he's coming back
to come back into this community where he committed the wrong to really change the lives and make up for it and do community service.
No, is one of the more inspirational stories you see around right now. Talk about how this benefits the museum.
Well, the museum benefits tremendously. This is the 18th annual Ford Freedom Award, so it's a partnership with the Ford Motor Company that has been long-standing and that benefits the museum in many ways. It makes us visible. It of course, installs that wonderful name in our ring of genealogy that people love to come and see. All those names are such an inspiration because they're trailblazers. They made tremendous sacrifices. And so we're excited about the name that will be installed, Reginald Lewis, this year.
He has a museum named
for him in Baltimore. Yes. I lived there for a long time, so I remember that museum. Talk about who Reginald was, though, and why you're honoring him.
Well, Reginald Lewis was a philanthropist. He was a Wall Street financier, but he was also a trained Harvard lawyer who really worked very hard as an entrepreneur to create a business. He made a very shrewd business deal to sort of get him started. He bought McCall Patterns and ended up for $1 million and sold it for $95 million. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that?
Small profit,
yes. But he didn't just make money for himself. He was a great philanthropist and really, supported a lot of causes. And unfortunately, died very young.
Yes.
And but his legacy lives on, and we wanted to honor that. We wanted to honor the entrepreneurial spirit. We wanted to honor the fact that he was a philanthropist and he sought to give back. And as I said, the museum is named for him, which of course is an African-American museum that wants to tell the stories of the lives of African-Americans as we do. So we saw it as a very fitting thing to do to place him in the ring of genealogy.
Let's talk about other things going on at the museum. I know it's such a vibrant place. There's always something new happening. You're saying goodbye to one exhibit, welcoming another one in.
Yes, No Boundaries exhibit is leaving. In fact, this hasn't left yet, so up till May 15th. You
can still go see it.
You still have time to go see it. It's Aboriginal art. It's beautiful, beautiful work. And we will be saying hello to an exhibit on the Olympics. We have the Olympics this summer. Some Olympics are coming up in Brazil. So we want to really look at the Olympics from an artistic point of view. So we're looking at the work of a number of artists. Each year, the Olympics have their official artists. And Jacob Lawrence was an official artist for the Olympics. And so we have the work of a number of artists who were official Olympic artists. We have their work that will be on display. We also have work from former Olympians themselves
yeah.
who that will be included in the show.
Yeah, talk about some of that.
So yeah, we're really excited about that exhibition coming up, and then some other activities that are coming up this summer as well. We will be unveiling a sculpture by Charles McGee, "United We Stand," in July, and we're so excited about that.
Where's the sculpture going?
Right on our ground.
Right outside.
Yes.
Oh, very nice.
Beautiful.
It is.
20 by 40 feet sculpture, and it will be unveiled on the weekend to commemorate the uprising in Detroit.
Okay.
So in July, and that will be sort of the first big kickoff program for us. And you know, Charles McGee is amazing. He was a Kresge eminent artist and 92 years old, and this is his last large sculpture piece. So we're really excited to have that, and to have us kick off the whole theme of the uprising with the sculpture entitled "United We Stand" is also important.
Yeah. No, I was going to ask you guys about that anniversary coming up next year, 50 years since the uprising here in the city. I would imagine the museum is, of course, playing a huge role in the commemoration of that.
Absolutely, we're partnering with the Historical Museum, of course, along with probably another 100 other partners throughout the city of Detroit, and we are really excited. We will be opening 2 exhibits for that, and of course, our first kickoff piece will be the unveiling of the sculpture and a number of programs along the way.
Yeah. Talk about we skipped over him. Dave Bing is also one of your men of courage. I was going to say he would be sending me a nasty note if I didn't go back, circle back, and
no, he's very
talk
humble.
some about him. No, I know.
But we should not skip over him.
Yeah.
Because it is, I think the work that he's doing with young men is really very, very important.
And that's what I was going to say. I would imagine it's for this program that he has, this mentoring program, which really has taken off.
This is the most public piece, but if you go back and check his history, we were just involved in a conversation the other day where someone told a story about him, the fact that they were at this place and they were giving away free bikes, and there were more children there than there were bikes, and that Dave Bing quietly went up and wrote a check, but didn't say a word to anybody. Nobody ever knew that he bought the remainder of the bikes personally for the students and for the young people. And I mean, having dealt with him and worked with him, he is very much that quiet kind of person, and he does a number of things that people never know about. But his work right now with young boys and this mentorship program is really important. I heard this young man talk about the fact he walked up and and introduced himself. Remember me? You really inspired me to really go on to school, and now I'm doing this job. And so I think that oftentimes we don't know how we inspire people, but the work.
But he does it every day,
every single day.
Yeah, and as you
because
point
he could
out,
be doing something else.
In a really quiet way. I mean, it's not somebody out looking for publicity or notoriety because of it.
And that's why we're so excited that he is our Ford Freedom Scholar. He's going to be the inspirational speaker for the students that come. We'll see over 1,000 students on Ford Freedom Day, and they will get a motivational talk by Dave Bing. Some of the students have competed for scholarships totaling over $10,000. So the Ford Freedom Award program really benefits the community in tremendous ways.
And Ford does that. They've been a great partner with the museum, and I mean, I really, really appreciate all that they do to help our programming, to really and this you talk about the essay contest with the students.
Right.
I really, you have to come. Honestly,
come and,
you have to. These kids were amazing. They talked about men of courage, especially in the African American community, and they're not all African American students.
Right.
They're from all over the state. That how they encourage and inspire them, and many times they compare them to their father or journeys at things that happen in their own lives. It really is some of the best written essays that we've had.
Oh, it's
ever.
really wonderful.
So you have to come.
All right, Ford Freedom Awards, and of course the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American and History. Thank you guys very much for being here, and congratulations.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.